Turn it up.
Welcome to another little lesson. I've got my trusty assistant Gustavo here with me, and today we're going to be working on a little game called Touch. Now, this can ultimately be used as another form of recall. It can be used to get your dogs to go in places where you want them to go, like on a scale at a vet's office or up into your car. I'll show you in a second how we're going to do this. Before that, I just want to show everyone, as I mentioned in another video, that I'm using a leftover meal here that he didn't finish earlier today for this training session, right? So I don't want to overdose on the treats. So instead of just adding more treats into his diet, I sprinkled a little bit of treat dust on top of this kibble to make it a little smellier and a little more delicious, so that he'll be more engaged with the training, but still, for the most part, it's just his kibble in there. So with this touch game, the idea is simply to have him touch my hand with his nose. As soon as it touches, I'm going to praise and I'm going to reward. Well, how do I ensure that this is going to happen, right? Because at first, remember, we don't want to use the verbal cue until we know we have the consistent response of the behavior that we want, which in this case is nose touching hand, right? So to do that, as usual, we will use treats or something smelly to lure the behavior. So what I'm doing here is just kind of rubbing my hands in some of the treat dust that I put on here so that some of it rubs off on my finger. And now I'm just going to place it right in front of Gustavo's nose. And then as he goes to sniff it, naturally his nose is going to touch my hand. As soon as it does, I'm going to mark it with a good boy, and I'm going to give him a treat or a piece of kibble in this case. Does he come? Sit. Good boy. Right? So all I'm doing there is just sticking out my hand right in front of his nose, maybe like an inch or two away, and giving him the opportunity to smell. Right? Good. As soon as I feel his nose touch my hand, I say good. Timing is really important, right? As I mentioned before. Good. And again, I'm not using the verbal cue yet, right? I'm just getting him to do the behavior consistently. Good boy. All right, so in the beginning, you're just putting your hands, your fingers right in front of their nose. You don't want to make it too challenging, right? Make it easy. Good boy. Right, as you saw there, he was a little confused about what I wanted because I changed my hand position a little bit. So he was about to lay down. He thought I was asking for a lay down, but I gave him a chance to figure it out. He touched my hand with his nose, and I had an opportunity to treat. He laid down anyway, so I'll come down to him to make it easier. Good boy. All right, here we are. Good. Right, if any part of his muzzle, even if it's not his nose, touches my hand for the beginning, I'm going to reward it. I just want to get him the general idea. Good boy, very good. Touching my hand is what I want. That one he did it intentionally. It wasn't an accident. Good boy. He really booped my hand. And when that happens, and you see that they're understanding the process or the behavior that you want from them, no, I don't want that. It's very cute, but not what I want right now. Good, thank you. That's what I want. I didn't teach him that, by the way. He's just to show off. Okay. Good, and now that he's doing it consistently, I'm going to start introducing the words. I'm going to go, touch. Good boy. Touch. Good boy. Touch. If he doesn't get it right away, I'm going to give him a chance to figure it out. Yes, good boy, very good. I'm going to give him two little jackpot that he processed. He thought, I want him to think. Touch, good boy, excellent. Good touch, Goosey, good boy, right? And then as he gets better, I make it a little more challenging. Touch, good. I'm going to go off center a little bit, right? Touch, good boy. right? Make him move his head a little more than before. Before it was just right in front of, touch, good boy. Before it was right in front of his nose. Now I'm moving it around, a little above his head, goose, touch. Yes, good boy, good job, very good, very good. Always end on a jackpot. That's the last thing you want your dog to remember about these short training sessions. So they'll be a lot more likely to want to continue next time you start again. So he's picking it up. What I would start to do is, again, make it even more off center, make him move his head even more, eventually start taking steps to get to my hand, right? But again, move at your dog's pace. Doesn't matter if it's slow or fast, don't compare it to other dogs, just do it at their pace, make sure they're having fun, make sure they're with you, and not only is it a fun game, but again, you can use it then once they really understand it to get them to come to you, right? So instead of just saying the come command, I would say, I'm not going to bother him now because he's drinking, but I would say his name, say touch, and then he would come run over and touch my hand with his nose. Then I can, ask him for a sit or what have you, but that's a way to get him over. If I want him to jump up on the couch or to get onto a scale, right, or to get up on his bed, if he doesn't know the bed, the place command, put my hand there, go touch, have him run over, get on there, reward him from getting there, right? So that's the idea behind the touch. It's a really great, fun thing to do and can be very practical as well. So I would highly recommend it.